Guys, I'm audible. Guys, I'm audible. Okay. Okay. Listen. So, yeah, let's start the session. So, in the previous session, we have covered object and classes. You remember, I have covered object and class in the previous session. If someone is asking what is meant by class, what you have to tell? Class is a blueprint. That's to create an object. But what is meant by object? Object is the real time or real world entity. Object knows something which is called a property. Object does something which is called as a behavior. Right? I will go with the next topic in object oriented programming. I will go with the next topic. So, which is nothing but inheritance. Inheritance in Java. Inheritance in Java. What is meant by inheritance? Let's talk about inheritance first. So, for that, I will go with my Eclipse. I will go with my Eclipse. I hope you can able to see my Eclipse. So, let me close it all. And I will go with your project also. This is January Java. So, let me open SRC and Java session. I can create one new class, guys. I can create a new class. So we have to understand what is inheritance. What is inheritance? You know how to create the object, how to create a class. Everything you know. What is in the property, what is behavior. That also you know. This is the time to understand what is inheritance. Inheritance in Java. Right. So quickly, we can create one class to understand your inheritance. Say suppose I will take a simple class which is animal. I can create a class called animal and click on finish. Now you know Java will create one class which is animal class and it is from the package called Java Station. It is the package name. Now what I can do, I can create only one name. Say suppose I have created one name, string name is one variable. I have created one variable called string name is a variable name. And along with that, I can create one function also. Say I can create one function public, void, not public, maybe directly I can go for void. Void. A function name is say get name. Get name is the function. Get name is the function. Simply I can put system dot out dot println. System dot out println. Let me print the animal name. The animal name. So this is a simple class, animal class, and I have created only one variable which is string name, and I can create one class also, method also, which is a get name is the method, and it is printing the name. So how many class we have? Only one class we have. Now suppose let me take another class also. So what I can do, I can create a new class. The class name is say dog class. This time I have created the dog class. Already I have animal class. Now I have a dog class. Animal class and dog class. Inside the dog class, suppose I have one method. What is the method? Say I am creating one method, nothing but void bark. Dog will bark, right? I can create one method called bark. And here system dot outer println, I am printing maybe dog will bark like hoof, right? I will print like this. Simple. It's a damn easy, right? We have created one animal class, and here we have one method called name, sorry, one variable called name, and I have created one function called get name. And I have another class which is called dog class. Here we don't have any variable, but we have a method called bark. Now what I'm going to do, I will create one main method. Now I can create an object for dog class. Can I able to create the object for dog class? Yes, of course, you know. I can able to create the object for dog class. Right? Maybe I will write a dog, a reference variable, my dog is equal to use the dynamic memory allocator and I require the constructor. This is how you have to create the object, right? In Java. Simply we have to use the class name, reference variable is equal to dynamic memory allocator and constructor. Through that, we can able to create the object. Now, I can able to call this bark method. How can I call the method? I can write my dog dot, what is the method name? Bark is the method name. Through that, we can able to call, right, my dog dot bark. So now if I run this code, run a Java application, when I press OK and proceed, I can see in the console, where is my console? Okay, let me close this one. Close this. Okay. And see, in my console, I can see the hoop, right? In my console, I can see hoop. How? Because we have created the object for dog class and I have called the bark method. Now tell me, if I create an object for dog class, already I have created the object for dog class. Can I able to call this method get name, or can I able to assign some value to this name? I will try. Say suppose if I write my dog dot name is equal to, say I'm giving some name. Say Kaiser is the name of the dog. And I can call the method also. By dog dot, what is the function name? The function name is get name. I'm calling. But it is giving an error, right? It is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Can you tell me someone? Can you tell me why I'm getting an error? Can you tell me why I am getting an error? Why I am not able to assign the value to the name? And why I am not able to call the get name method? Can you tell me? Yes, quickly, can you tell me? Hey, I have created the object, man. For dog class, I have created the object. Why I am not able to assign the value to the name? Why I am not able to call the get name method? Yes, quickly respond. We are trying to call method from other class. We are trying to call a method from other class. Priyadarshini, we went to another class. Don't you think like we cannot able to call the name or get name? We can able to call. But what we made the mistake, right, in our project or in our code, we have created the dog object. The dog object can able to call only a dog class variable or method. But what we are doing, we are trying to call the animal class variable and animal class method inside the dog class without animal object. So if I want to call this name and get name, we have to create an object for animal class, not for dog object. What we should do, we have to create an object for animal class. We have to create an object for animal class. And then we can use this reference variable. We can use this reference variable and we can able to call them. If I run this code, I can able to see the output. See, when I proceed, I can able to see, right, Oof and Kaiser. Kaiser is the animal name, right? So it means that dog class object can able to access the dog class variable or method. If you want to access this variable and method, we have to create the animal class object. Everyone got this one? Everyone got this one? Yes or no? So now I have another question. Now it means that can I not use the dog class to call this variable and method? That's the question. Can I able to use dog class object to call the animal class variable and method? Is it possible? Is it possible to call animal class variable and method by using dog object? What do you think? Is it possible or not? What do you think? Is it possible? Is it possible? Can you tell me? It is possible. Priyadarshini is saying it is possible. How? Ramakrishna saying possible. How? How we can able to use the dog object to call the animal class variable and method? What should I do for that one? Yes, it is public. Which is public? Which one is public? It means what? Which one is public? Which one is public? Animal is public. Okay, animal is public. Hey, see, I have written like this. My dog dot name is equal to, I have given Kaiser. This is the dog name. And I have written my dog dot, what's the function name? Get name is the function. But it is giving an error, right? How you guys are saying like it is possible? See, it is giving an error. I am not able to call this animal class variable and method by using the dog class. It is giving an error. Durga, how you are saying like it is, we can able to access. Ramakrishna and the Priyadarshini, can you tell me? I am seeing an error. How can I execute this code? If I clear the error, then only I can able to execute the code. Can you tell me? Can you tell me, guys? How you guys are saying we can able to access the animal class variable and method inside the dog class? By creating an animal object only we can able to call. How can I use the dog object to call the animal class variable and method? Now tell me, is it possible or not? Is it possible or not? Is it possible or not? Durga is saying can't. And Durga is saying understood. And Priyadarshini, inherit properties from animal. True. Priyadarshini, you are correct. So what we should do, see, if you want to call this variable and method using the dog object, then what you should do, you have to inherit. When I say inherit, you have to consider your animal as a parent, and the dog as a child. What you should consider? You should consider animal as a parent and dog as a child. Then what it means? In Java, here you are considering animal as a parent, dog as a child. Then for that you have to use one keyword called extends keyword. How the code will know whether it is a parent or child? We are human. We can able to understand animal is the parent, dog is the child. But how the code will know? We have to use extends keyword and we have to extend the animal class here. Now see, there is no error. Then what it means? Here you are considering animal as the parent and dog as the child. Thereby, using the dog object itself, you can able to call the animal class variable and method and dog class variable and method. That's the advantage when you go with the extends keyword. That's the advantage when you go with the extends keyword. Now see, I can able to see the output. Right, this is called inheritance. Inheritance means you are extending the property and the behavior, variable and method from one class to another class with the help of extends keyword. If someone is asking what is meant by inheritance, what you have to answer? So what you have to say? Inheritance. It is the process of extending a parent class to the child class. Or I can say it is the process of extending parent class properties and behavior. Parent class properties and behavior or parent object properties and behavior to the child class. That's nothing but an inheritance. How we are achieving? We are achieving through using extends keyword. Using extends keyword, we can able to achieve your inheritance. If you want to achieve the inheritance, we can go for extends keyword. Here, one class act as a parent class. Or we can call it as a super class. Or we can also call it as a base class. All are same. Super class, parent class, base class, all are same. Other class, the second class, we can consider as a child class. Or we can call it as a subclass. We can also call it as a derived class. Right? Remember what is inheritance? Here you are extending the parent object to the child object. What you are doing? Here you are extending the parent object to the child object. It means that whatever the properties and behavior available in the parent class, that you are extending, that you are acquiring from one class to another class. That's nothing but an inheritance. Let me take one more example. I will take another example. See, suppose I can create one class. Maybe car is the class name. I have a car, maybe it's the class name. This car has some this car has some variable. Say string color is one variable. String color is one variable. Say I have number of fields is one variable. Number of fields is one variable. And I can take one more variable also. Say suppose string engine type is another variable. There are three variables are there. There are three variables I have created here. And along with that, I can create one method also. Say I have one method, say void start is one method. I have created one method called start is the method. Start is the method. And I am creating a break is one method. Break is the method. And I can tell void maybe stop is the method. Stop is the method. And maybe I can create one more method like I have to put some acceleration. Accelerate is one method. Accelerate is one method. Like that I have created different method. Say I have written system dot out or println. I'm writing this is car got maybe started. And we are providing the acceleration also. Acceleration. This is my another method. And basically whenever there is a traffic, you are putting a brake system. You are applying the brake. And after that, maybe once your work is done and you are stopping your car. Right? Stopped. So like that, we have many functions. This is one class, car class. But can I say Ford is a car? Baleno is a car? There are number of cars in the world, right? So we can take Innova is one more car. Jaguar is another car. Like we have many cars. So let me take one more class also. Say suppose this is maybe a Suzuki, and click on finish. And what I'm saying, right? This Suzuki, every car has a color. Every car has a number of field. Every car has an engine type. Every car we have to start. Every car we are applying the brake. Every car we are applying the stop also. Right? In that case, can I say Suzuki should extend car class? Now what we are trying to use? We are trying to use this variable and method. We are trying to use that variable method. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Because you apply the extends keyword, thereby you can create the object for Suzuki class. It is enough. You can create the object for Suzuki. Say Suzuki Baleno is equal to, I'm writing new Suzuki. Right? So let me create Baleno dot, I can provide color. Say color is blue. And Suzuki and dot, sorry, Baleno dot, I can put engine type. Say this is turbo engine. Some engine they have used. I'm not sure. So Baleno dot, and the number of fields. Maybe say all the car having the number of fields, which is 4 only. So Baleno dot, let me start. I have to put some acceleration. I'm applying some brake also. After that, maybe let me stop the car. So maybe dummy method I have created. Now if I try to run this code, run a Java application, press OK and press it. Can you see? I can able to see the output. And if I want to see the information also, maybe what I can do, here also in Suzuki class or car class, somewhere, I'm creating one method also. See, I will create one method. Say void get details. Like that I have created one method. So now trying to write a system.println. I'm printing the engine type. Maybe I can print the color also. And number of fields also I'm printing. Right? Now I can go for the Suzuki class. Simply I can use the Baleno dot get the details. Now if I run this code, run a Java application, when I press OK, I can see the output, right? Turbo and blue and 4. So what I'm saying, right? Can you see here in car class, I don't have any, in car class, I have a variable and method. But can you see in Suzuki class, we don't have any variable and method. But what I have done, I have used the extends keyword. By using the Suzuki object, I can able to call all the variable. All the variable I can able to call. Because even later also, guys, later also let me create one more class. Let me create one more class. Maybe it's a fourth class. It is a fourth class. Now this fourth class also, no need to create a variable method, because every car has the color, every car has the number of wheels, every car has the maybe engine type. In that case, if already someone is created some template, see, suppose in the real time also, I want to buy maybe a dress. So in that case, maybe 10 years back and all, people will go for ready, they will not go for ready-made. They will take the materials and they will go to the tailor shop, they will stitch it. But nowadays, we are all getting the ready-mades, right? Jeans, pant, t-shirt. So whatever that we want, we are getting the ready-made, because someone already made that one. And we are just purchasing. The same way, guys. In Java also, we have a concept called inheritance. Using the inheritance, if you already have a template, if you already have a design, if you already have some reusable component, all those functionality, we can able to get it, right? Earlier times, we all used, we didn't use the fridge, maybe we didn't use washing machine and all. Everything we have done manually. But nowadays, what happened? Because, already that got, done by some digital people. Then after that, we are paying the money and we are getting same. So ready-made is always plays a good role right here. The same way in Java also, we know everything has some common template. Everything has some common template. Suppose if you want to construct the building, right? We should have the architect. Architect definitely you should know, right? Engineer you already know, like it should require bricks, it should require the cement. It is already predefined. We are paying the money and we are getting. Simple. Everything we are not manufacturing. The same way in Java also, if you are thinking like if I already have the function, I need to call it. Then what should you do? So you have to make one class as a parent class and another class as a child class. See, in fourth class, simply what I can do, I can create the object for Ford. Ford is equal to new Ford. But can I able to call any variable like engine type? No, I cannot call. It will definitely engine type maybe say this is some engine type, maybe hybrid kind of engine type, some type. But it is giving an error. Why? Because Ford is not able to understand what is the engine type. Unless or until you are not creating any variable, how Ford will understand. For that reason, only what I'm doing, already I have one ready-made class that has all the information. I can make it as a car one. Now there is no error. Now you can simply, four dot, maybe color you can give it. Say this is silver color. Then four dot, maybe you can give number of wheels also. All the car having the four wheels, I can give it. Four dot, maybe I can call the get details is the function. I can able to call. So this is called as a reusability. That way we can able to avoid the duplicate code. Unless instead of writing duplicate codes, we can able to avoid it. See, I can say hybrid silver and Ford. So this is called as inheritance. Inheritance means in a real time also, maybe sometime you will create if you think like these methods can be it is a common for all the classes. That time you can create one class where you can put all the variable and methods. And in the main class, you just call them. See, the main class is very simple, right? The main class is very simple. But in the backend, we have many codes. We are not able to see that one. Where it is available inside the car class. It is available inside the car class. That's called as a reusability. We are avoiding the duplicate, maybe a code. We can able to avoid the duplicate codes. Yeah, and instead of having in fourth class also, do we need to create a color or maybe number of fields or engine type? Everything can I create here? We can create it also, but it's a duplicate, right? Already it is available in the car class. Why should I create it for code? Are you getting my point? Everyone, will you able to understand this one? So if someone is asking, in the interview also people might ask, hey, why do we need to go for inheritance? People is asking, why inheritance? Why? Okay, let's change it later. Why inheritance? Why inheritance? So the main purpose of inheritance is to avoid the duplicate object or for reusability, for code reusability. For code reusability, we are going for inheritance. It means that we are trying to avoid duplicate codes. We can try to avoid duplicate codes, and also we are creating only one object. Only one object we are creating. Only one object to call all the variable and functions. All the variables and the function. Thereby we can able to save the memory, right? We can able to save the memory. Object means what? Object means memory. We are saving the memory. So that's the advantage in when you go for inheritance. Any questions so far? What is meant by inheritance? Why do we need to go for inheritance and all? Can I confirm? Yes. Okay. Fine. I will tell you. See, Java inheritance. Java inheritance example. Some picture I can show. So go to some images. Right. Say suppose let's take something. See, if you take animal is the class. There are different animals are there, right? So maybe a reptile is one animal, mammal is one animal, but all the animal can eat, all the animal maybe can sleep. Right? Then animal we have to consider as a parent class. This reptile and mammal we can call it as a child class or subclass. Here eat and sleep. Can you see in reptile also we have a eat and sleep? In mammal also we have a eat and sleep. But each and every animal has their own unique behavior. Here we have a crawl. Reptile basically crawl. But if we go for mammal, it will be a brisk feet. Now suppose if we take this one. Here we have an animal. Again, in animal we have a mammal and reptile. Again, we have a whale and dog. In reptile, you can take lizard and snake. And if you take lizard and they are different. Let me take this one. And animal is the parent class. If you consider, we have a different child class, right? A dog and cat and cow and dog. So this and all we can call it as child class. But this one is a parent class we can take. Suppose if I take car. So here see, a vehicle is the parent class. But whether it's a two-wheeler or four-wheeler. If it is a two-wheeler, is it a cycle or bike? If it is a four-wheeler, is it a car or maybe some other jeep? Right? So like that maybe we can classify. But now the question is, how many types of inheritance we have? Types of inheritance. In interview also people might ask types of inheritance. There are different types of inheritance, guys. One is single level inheritance. We have inheritance called single level inheritance. And then the next one is multi-level inheritance. And third one is multiple inheritance. The fourth one is hierarchical inheritance. The fifth one is hybrid inheritance. These are all the different types of inheritance. Single, multi-level, hierarchical, multiple, hybrid. Now we'll try to understand what is single, what is multi-level, what is multiple, what is hybrid. Suppose, consider I have a class. I have one class. Okay. So this class, maybe I can give a name. This class, it is an A class. Consider like it's an A class. class A. And here we have another class, which is class which is B. Class which is B. So I have a two class. One is class A and class B. Now what you are doing, you are trying to access all the variable from method from A class to B class. One parent class is available, one child class is available. How many parent class is available? We have one parent class. This is my parent class. A class acts as a parent class and use the extends keyword, and you are trying to access all the variable method from the parent class to the child class. Parent class is also called as super class, or we can call it as base class. Whereas child class is also called as derived class, or we can call it as subclass. Whenever if you have only one parent and only one child, is called as single level inheritance. Remember, this is single level inheritance. Whenever you have a parent and child, only one parent and one child, that basically we can call it a single level inheritance. See, here we have written, right? Car class with a Ford class, or car class with a Suzuki class. One parent and one child. If you have, that's called single level inheritance. Single level inheritance. What is single level inheritance? One parent, one child is called single level inheritance. Are you clear? Are you clear? What is single level inheritance? What is single level inheritance? Can you tell me quickly? Whatever that I have covered, it's a single level inheritance. Guys, at least confirm. Say yes or no. Okay. Now, the next level of inheritance is multi-level inheritance. The next level of inheritance is the multi-level inheritance. So what is meant by multi-level? What is meant by multi-level? See, here we can see many, we can see many classes, guys. Maybe one class is act as a class, and another class is act as a B class, and one more class we can call it as a C class, and one more we can call it as a D class, or E class also. We have a many class. Maybe here we have a class, and this is my B class, and this one is my C class, and this one is my D class. Still, you have a many classes also, E classes also. It means that here, suppose if you have some property and behavior that you are extending to the B class, and this B class property and behavior you are extending to C class. Thereby B class will get A class property, right? B class will get A class property along with the B class property. But if you go C class will get C class property along with the B class property and A class property. If you go to the D class will get the D class property and behavior, C class property and behavior, A class, B class property and behavior, and A class property and behavior. Finally, you will get everything. So this is called as multi-level inheritance, meaning that a B class can inherit from a parent class, which is turn inherit from its own parent class, inherit from its own parent class. Suppose if you want to create a chain of inheritance, allowing a class to inherit attribute and method from multi-ancestor class, you can go with this. It means that, so maybe this is, you can consider like it's a grandparent, and this one say you can call like it's a grandparent, and this one maybe a parent, and this one child. Like that, if you want to create any chain kind of a process where you have to refer the ancestor, then you can go for multi-level inheritance. Suppose, let me take small example. A very small example. Say, suppose I have created one class. Animal class is the class. Animal is the class name. And click on finish. Inside this animal class, and I have written only one method. Say void eat is the method. Every animal will eat. So I have written animal void eat. System dot out of println. I am writing eating. Eating is the method. Eating is the method name. So what I can do, I can create one more class also. Say create a class, another class. Say this is my dog class. Inside the dog class, I can create one method. Say void bark. Void bark. And system dot outer println, and I'm writing this is barking. This is my second class. And what I can do, let me create one more class also. Say create another class. But before that, I have to extend, right? I have to extend my parent class. Who is the parent class? Parent class is which is animal. Animal is the parent class. Now I will create another class now. Create a class which is a baby dog. I can create one more class which is baby dog. This baby dog is going to extend. This baby dog is going to extend my dog class. Now let me, here also I can create one method. Say this is void beep. This is one method I am creating. Void beep. System dot out of println. System dot println, and I am writing weeping. Now let me create a main method. I will create the main method. I can create the object, right, for baby class, baby dog, and I can write a baby is equal to new baby dog. And I can call the method baby dot. I can able to call this beep method. Yes or no? I can able to call beep method. Can I able to call bark? Yeah, I can able to call baby dot. Can I able to call eat method? Yeah, I can able to call, right? It means that, okay, baby dot eat, right? What happened? Animal eat method, dog class. Here I made the mistake. Dog one, baby dog one. Sorry. So baby dot eat method, eat method. So now if I run this code, I can see the output, right? When I press OK, can you see the output? Whipping, barking, and eating. It means that we can able to call the baby dog method. I can able to call the dog method, and I can also able to call animal one method. So this is called as multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance means here we can create a chain of inheritance, allowing a classes to inherit the property and behavior from multi-ancestor class. The classes to inherit the method and the behavior from property from multi-ancestor class. It is called as multi-level inheritance. Are you clear with this? What is single? What is multi-level? What is single and multi-level? Are you clear? Can you confirm? Single and multi-level, are you clear? Can you show example on baby dog class? Hey, here I have shown, right? See, baby dog class I have created here. Baby dog class I have created one method which is called beep. Beep is the method I have created. Ramakrishna. Baby dog, further I have created the beep is the method. And here I have called also. It is the method of baby dog. And dog has one method called bark. That also I have called. Dog is extending from parent which is called animal. That also I have called. So here I am calling three class methods. See, we have a baby dog. Here we have a dog along with animal also. I can close everything. See, we have an animal class that is extending to dog one. Dog one, it is extending to baby dog. Now I can able to call three class method. Later also you can create one more class. That class should extend baby dog class. Fine. Fine. What is multi-level? Okay. Right. Listen. Now, suppose in Java we have another inheritance. What is that one? Multiple. Later I will tell you what is multiple. If we can go for hierarchical now. hierarchical inheritance. What is meant by hierarchical inheritance? What is meant by hierarchical inheritance? See, suppose I have one class. I have one class which is called A class. Say this is my A class. This A class can extend to B class, right? You already know. The A class can extend to B class. See, I can able to extend your A class to B class. It is possible. It is a single level inheritance. Now suppose we have one more class. I have another class. That another class also trying to extend your property and behavior from A class. Is it possible? A class is already extended to B class. Now what C class is trying? C class is also trying to access your property and behavior from A class. Yeah, it is possible. Now suppose we have one more class also. I have a class called D class. Now this D class also trying to access your property and behavior. And suppose I have one more class, which is called maybe E class. This E class is also trying to access the property and behavior. So this is called as hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical means here we have only one parent. Here we have only one parent, but we have a many childs. Here we have a many child. Say this is my child number 1. This is my child number 2. This is my child number 2. And here we have one more child number 3, child number 4. Like that, we can have one parent with a multiple child also. So it is called as hierarchical inheritance. Already I have covered this part. Can you see here? I will close everything. See, here I have a car class, right? Here we have a car class. Car is one class. But what I have done, I have created Ford class, also Suzuki class, right? Where is that Suzuki? Yeah, here. See, who is the parent of Ford? Can you see here? The parent of Ford is car. Okay, not this one. Okay, let me make it as. Okay, let me close this one. I will start from beginning. This is the car class, right? And what I can do, I can create another class. So this is one class. Maybe it's an Innova. I have created one class called Innova. This Innova class going to create one main method, and it wants to access this variable. How? With the help of extends keyword. We can use the extends keyword. And I can create the object for Innova. Innova I is equal to new Innova. I have written. Now let me call the variable I dot make something. Say I dot year, say maybe 2000. I dot color, say this is white. So maybe I can write Toyota. So what else? I can give I dot mileage, say which is maybe a 13, and I can call some method also, like move backward, and any method I have created to get the details here. Can I see any method I have created for getting the details? Show, I dot show, right? I can write I dot, what is the method? I dot show. That's it. Now if I try to run this code, when I press OK, and proceed, can you see here Toyota, and I am not giving any value null, 13.0 2000 white. It is a back also I have done. So this is single level inheritance. Why it is single level inheritance? Because here we have one parent class and one child class. Instead of that, let me create a new class also. I can create another class. Say this is my Excel6. It's a new class. This Excel6 also going to extend the same parent class, which is car. Now I can create the main method, and I can write Excel6 X is equal to new Excel6. I have created the constructor. So I made the mistake. It should be uppercase X. And what I can do, X dot, I can write one make, so which is maybe Maruti, which is Maruti, and write X dot, maybe year, which is say some 2014 something, and X dot, color also, say this is red color, and X dot, mileage, say which is maybe 15. And let me call the detail, show method, I can call. So now if I try to run this code, run as Java application, I can press OK. I can see the output, right? Maruti null 15 2014. What I mean, right? I have only one parent class, car class. But this variable and method I can able to access inside the Innova also, inside the Excel or Excel 6 also. Because Innova, who is the parent of Innova? Car class. Who is the parent of Excel 6, which is also a car class. So this is called as hierarchical inheritance. Only one parent, but the multiple child. Only one parent with a multiple child is called as hierarchical inheritance. Are you clear? Can you confirm? Are you clear? This is called as hierarchical inheritance. What else we have? What else we have? We have another inheritance. Let me tell you, very simple. Multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance. What is mean by multiple inheritance? Single we know, multi-level we have covered, hierarchical we have covered. What is multiple? See, suppose I have a class. I have one class which is maybe A class. And I have one more class which is again B class. Let me create one more class. Create one more class which is my C class. So how many classes we have created? Totally we have created 3 classes. A, B, C. You can create D, B also. No issues. So this is my consider like it is my parent number 1. It is my parent number 1. And this one, it is my parent number 2. And this is the parent number 3. How many parents are there? Totally we have a 3 parent. Parent 1, parent 2, parent 3. Now this 3 parent going to extended by a only one class, which is my child class. Now what I'm saying, here you can find a multiple parent with a single child. So this is called as multiple inheritance. Whenever you have a multiple parent with a single child, definitely it is not possible, right? Multiple parent with a single child in the real time also. In a Java also, we cannot achieve the multiple parent to the single child. In Java also, we cannot achieve the multiple parent to the single child. Why? Why I am not able to achieve the multiple parent to a single child? I will tell you, listen. In the interview also, people might ask, hey, can I able to achieve the multiple inheritance in Java? What is your answer? It is not at all possible. Why it is not at all possible? See, suppose I have a class. Consider I have a class. This is my class. And this is also one more class. Inside this class, I will create few variables. Say I have one variable called X variable, or maybe you can create the method also. Say I have one method called test1. And also I have one more method called test2. And I have another method called test3. Like that, I have a 3 method, guys. How many methods are there? Test1, test2, test3. Now, in B class also we have few methods. Say test4, this one method is available. And test5 is another method. And test1 is another method. Like that, in B class also, we have a method. Test1, test2, test3. In B class, we have a test1, test4, test5. Now, what I'm doing, I will go with the child class. Now, this child class, consider this child class is extending is extending your parent 1 and parent 2 at the same time. What you will do basically, you will create the main method, right? You will simply create the main method. Inside the main method, you will call. What you can call? You can call the test1 method. Test1 you will call, and you will call test2, and I am calling test3 and test4, and then test5. You are calling test1, test2, test3, test4, and test5. But what I am saying, say suppose this is your structure. This is my parent 1 and this is my parent 2. This is my parent 2. There are two classes, parent 1 and parent 2, and we have one child class. You are calling test1, test2, test3, test4, test5. When you call test5 method, it is very simple. You can see the test5 output because test5 is available here. When you call the test4 is available in P2 class, you can able to see the output. When you call the test3, yeah, test3 is also available. I can see the output. When you call the test2, I can see the output. But if I call test1, my question is, will it print the P1 class test1 method or P2 class test1 method? Because in A class and B class, in both the class, you have a test1 method. What will happen? Which method will be called? Whether it is a P1 class method or P2 class method. P1 don't know whether P2 has the test1 method. Again, P2 also, because both are independent. Both are not dependent, both are independent. P1 know whether it has the test1, but it doesn't know, right? P2 has the test1 or not. In the same way, P2 has the test1 method, but P2 don't know P1 has the test1 or not. But in main method, what you are calling the test1 method. You are extending both the classes, P1 and P2. Now tell me which method will be called, whether P1 method or P2 method. Whether this test1 method will be called or this test1 method will be called. That's the problem, guys. As like human, the compiler, the Java compiler also will get the confusion. Java compiler don't know whether I need to call the P1 method or P2 method. That's the problem. That's the reason what Java is saying, I will not support multiple inheritance through the classes. What Java is saying, I cannot support the multiple inheritance because I am not sure whether you will use the same method name between the two classes. This problem is also called as diamond problem. It is also called as diamond problem, or we can call it as priority problem. Java compiler don't know which method I have to give the higher priority, whether I should support P1 class or I should support P2 class. For that reason, Java is telling, right, I cannot support the multiple inheritance. Everyone clear what is multiple inheritance, why we are not able to achieve? Everyone clear? Can you confirm? Guys, confirm? Everyone understood what is priority problem? What is diamond problem? Why Java is not supporting the multiple inheritance? What is the reason behind it? Any question here? Fine. So this is what multiple inheritance, and Java is not supporting your multiple inheritance. So now final inheritance. Hybrid inheritance. See, we have single, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical. Okay. Suppose you can take two or more combination. Is called hybrid inheritance. Maybe you can combine single plus multiple, or you can combine single plus multi-level, or you can combine single plus hierarchical, or you can combine multiple plus multi-level, or you can also combine multi-level plus hierarchical, or you can combine multiple plus single plus hierarchical. Any two or more combination, any two or you can combine four also. Single plus multiple plus multi-level, multiple plus multi-level plus hierarchical. So this is called as hybrid inheritance. But what is my question is, see here. Now suppose if you take single plus multiple, in Java we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance. Now single plus multiple, if you say, can you tell me is it the valid thing? No, right? Multiple inheritance is itself it is not achievable. But if you combine single plus multiple, is it possible? No. Then it is you guys can ignore. You guys can ignore. Now, if you take single plus multi-level, you can combine single plus multi-level. But before that, I can show you what is single, what is multi-level. Single means what? One parent, one child. Multi-level means what? Here also, see, here also we have one single inheritance. Here also we have a single inheritance. Here also we have a single inheritance. Later also we have a single inheritance. Is it meaning? There is no meaning, right? It is a meaningless. So if I say it is a meaningless, then how this structure will work? How this structure will work? Then of course, it is also I can ignore. Suppose if you are taking single plus hierarchical, let me take hierarchical. So it is my hierarchical inheritance. Can I say it is one? Can I say it is one single inheritance? It is also a single inheritance. It is also single inheritance. Again, it is also single inheritance. Yes or no? Then what I am saying, right? In Java, they have given this hybrid inheritance. But as per my understanding, this hybrid inheritance also, maybe finally I can tell, right? It is a meaningless. It is a meaningless inheritance. As for interview point of view, maybe you can tell a combination of one or more inheritance like that you can tell. But it is a meaningless. So remember, only two inheritance you guys remember. One is single and multi-level. That's more than enough. Other inheritance only you can know the definition. Even I can say that single inheritance is more than enough. Here you are extending the B class to C, C class to D class. That's it. Right? So they have done the classification. In inheritance, we have a 5 types of inheritance. Again, but if you know what is parent class, what is child class, that's more than enough. You don't need to worry about the classification and all. At the time of interview, you can deliver. These are the different types of inheritance we have. Single means this one. Multi-level means this one. Like that, you can tell the definition. But with respect to interview point of view, if you know what is parent class, what is child class, what is meant by extends keyword, what you are extending, why are you extending, that is more than enough. Am I clear? Guys, quickly confirm. Are you clear? So this is the different types of inheritance in Java. Single, multiple, multi-level, hierarchical, and hybrid. Single, multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, and hybrid. These are the different types of inheritance in Java. So interview people might ask, what is meant by inheritance? What is your answer? Inheritance is the process of extending the parent object to the child object. What is the purpose of inheritance? Let's go to your Oracle website. What they are saying? We'll see. Inheritance Oracle. Go your inheritance. Where is this? Yes. What they have given? You have seen inheritance mentioned several times. What is inheritance? A class that is derived from another class is called as a subclass, right? Also, we can call it as a derived class or extended class or child class, whatever it might be. The class from which subclass is derived is called superclass. Who is the base class or parent class is called superclass. So what we are doing here, so the idea of inheritance is simple but powerful. When you want to create a new class and there is already a class that includes some of the code that you want, you can derive your new class from the existing class. அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்ல வராங்க, ஒருவேளை ஒரு கிளாஸ்ல ஆல்ரெடி சில கோடெல்லாம் எழுதி இருக்காங்க, அந்த கோடை திருப்பி நீ எழுதாம அந்த கோடையை நான் பயன்படுத்துறோம்னு நினைச்சா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், we can go for inheritance. In doing this, we can reuse the field, we can reuse the method of the existing class without having to write on them yourself. முக்கியமான நோக்கம் இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் என்னன்னா, நான் வந்து ஆல்ரெடி வேரியபிள் மெத்தட் ஒரு கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கு, நான் திருப்பி அதை எழுத விரும்பல, அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம், இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸை பயன்படுத்தி எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணிட்டா we can able to avoid the duplicate. அதுக்காக தான் நம்ம இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் போறோம். இங்க என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க பாருங்க, ஒரு கிளாஸ் ஒன்னு கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, பைசைக்கிள் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கிளாஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. இதுல சில வேரியபிளை கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, வேரியபிளை கிரியேட் பண்ண அப்புறம் சில மெத்தட்ஸையும் கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. இப்போ இன்னொரு கிளாஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, மவுண்டைன் பைக். இந்த மவுண்டைன் பைக் என்ன பண்ணுது, பைசைக்கிளை எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணிருக்கு. இப்போ மெயின் மெத்தட்ல எதுக்கு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க, மவுண்டைன் பைக்குக்கு ஆப்ஜெக்ட் கிரியேட் பண்ணிட்டு கால் பண்ணுவாங்க. சோ இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் உடைய முக்கியமான நோக்கம் ஒரு கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கிற வேரியபிள் மெத்தடை இன்னொரு கிளாஸுக்கு எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்றதுதான். ஒரு கிளாஸ்ல இருக்கிற ஃபீல்டு மெத்தடை இன்னொரு கிளாஸுக்கு எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்றது. எனக்கு அன்னெசரியா அந்த கோடை நான் எழுத வேண்டாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன், திருப்பி அதே கோடு புது கோடு இருந்தா எழுதிக்குங்க, பழைய கோடை எழுத விரும்பல. அதுக்காக தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம், we are going with the inheritance. Fine. So far clear? சரி போதும். அப்ப இன்டர்வியூல அதிகமா கேட்கிற கொஸ்டின் என்ன, இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ்ல என்ன கேள்வி கேட்கலாம், இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ்ல என்ன கேள்வி நீங்க எதிர்பார்க்கலாம் இன்டர்வியூல? முதல் கேள்வி வாட் இஸ் இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் கேட்கலாம், வாட் இஸ் இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் கேட்கலாம், அண்ட் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் இட்ஸ் டைப்ஸ் கேட்கலாம். எக்ஸ்பிளைன் இட்ஸ் டைப்ஸ். அப்ப நீங்க என்ன சொல்லணும், inheritance is the process of extending the parent object to child object. Inheritance is the process of extending a parent object to child object. And அதுக்கு அப்புறமா நம்ம என்ன சொல்லலாம், so inheritance has 5 types. One is single, multi-level, multiple, hierarchical and hybrid. Single na என்ன, ஒரு parent ஒரு child extend பண்றோம். Multi-level na என்ன, multi-level means here we have kind of one class is deriving from another class, and here we have a chain in such a way that we are enabling the ancestor. It's called a multi-level. What is multiple? Multiple parent to the single child. What is meant by hierarchical? Single parent to the multiple child. What is hybrid? Combination of 2 or more inheritance. What is the purpose of inheritance? The purpose of inheritance is to provide the reusability. It is to avoid the duplicate code. It is to save the memory of object. அடுத்த கேள்வி, how we can achieve the inheritance? Through the extends keyword. So they will ask you how to achieve the inheritance. How to achieve the inheritance? With help of extends keyword we can able to achieve the inheritance. Why do we need to go for inheritance? Why do we go inheritance? மூணு விஷயம். முதல் விஷயம் reusability-க்காக, இரண்டாவது விஷயம் டூப்ளிகேட் கோட அவாய்ட் பண்றதுக்காக, மூணாவது விஷயம் we can save our memory. இதுக்காக தான் we are going for inheritance. இப்போ இந்த மூணு क्वेश्चन தான். அது அப்புறம் why, what is multiple inheritance தனியா கேக்குறாங்க இன்டர்வியூல, அடிக்கடி கேக்குறாங்க. What is multiple inheritance? What is multiple inheritance? Can I able to achieve? Can I able to achieve in Java? Can I able to achieve in Java? You have to tell we cannot achieve in Java. Can I able to achieve? No, we cannot able to achieve. But if someone is asking, hey, why multiple inheritance is not possible? Why multiple inheritance is not possible? The reason because diamond problem. The reason because diamond problem. Because whenever if we have a 2-parent class or 3-parent class, if you have a same method in a child class, if you call those method, which parent class method will be called? The compiler will get confusion, right? For that reason, in Java, we cannot achieve the multiple inheritance. Why multiple inheritance is not possible? So, in the 5 question தான் நம்ம இன்டர்வியூல எதிர்பார்க்கலாம் with respect to inheritance. Any questions so far? Cool. Fine. So, இப்போ நான் என்ன கவர் பண்ணணும் அதுக்கு நான் சில டாஸ்க் நீங்க நைட் அனுப்புறேன். You just complete that one. Tomorrow we will go with the next object oriented programming concept. இது வரைக்கும் நம்ம ரெண்டு கான்செப்ட் முடிச்சிருக்கோம். கிளாஸ் அண்ட் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ப்ரீவியஸ் செஷன்ல பார்த்தோம். இன்னைக்கு இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் டாபிக்கை முடிச்சிருக்கோம். நாளைக்கு we will go for polymorphism. Right? இன்னொரு 2-3 days நம்ம ஆப்ஜெக்ட் oriented programming கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிடலாம். But tomorrow we will go for polymorphism. Is that fine, guys? Any question? Or we'll see tomorrow? Any question? Thank you then. We'll see tomorrow. Thank you guys. Bye.